you guys doing? I'd like to welcome you back to Hear My Thinking Heart. On this episode, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. We're going to be talking about spirit versus the flesh. We already know who the winner is going to be, but just know that there is a battle that's going on, right? There's a battle that's going on in the unseen world, and there's a battle that continuously goes on within us. We just got to realize it and know which side is automatically going to win and stay on that side. And the side that automatically wins, that's where the transforming comes in. It says be there like renewing of the mind. So you have to transform. We gotta change from our old ways and come into this new life. Like you're a new person when you pick up your cross and walk with Christ. And that's the spiritual life. You understand? The flesh is always going to be there. We're going to always have fleshly desires because that's just natural. That's just nature in itself, But when you allow your spirit to take lead, that's where you see life abundantly. And how does that happen? You have to stay reading your word. Like there's days where I can admit, there's days where I wouldn't say I forget to read, but there's days I don't read. And it's not because I don't want to read. I'm still building that discipline of getting back into the word and reading. I started with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I read all the way to Jude, and then for some reason something says go read Ezekiel. So right now I'm in the book of Ezekiel. I'm up to chapter 6. So for the first 5 chapters, this is where they're like, they're like exiled by like a certain river, and God comes to speak to him. God comes to speak to Ezekiel and turns him into a prophet, where he has to go see the Israelites for their ways. And during that time, the Israelites they decided to turn their back on God, and they want to do like their own thing. They become idolaters, so they start to worship their own idols and all that nature. That's basically the beginning of Ezekiel. Then it gets deeper. I can't wait to get back into the book so I can continue reading and ask God to open my eyes to what he needs me to see and my ears as to what he wants me to hear. But back to the flesh versus spirit. When we let the spirit lead, we live an abundant life. We tend to trust God more. We tend to put everything in God's hand, even though he never leaves us forsakes us. You know what I mean? So we just got to continue to just live in the spirit. Of course, you're gonna have days where the flesh want to takes over, but even in that, even in some temptations, the best thing to do is, you could pray about it and ask God to just take control of the urges that you're having. Nothing happens overnight. Like this is not a race for the swift. This is a continuous walk until Jesus returns. But the best thing is that when Jesus returns and you're given that new robe where it's no blemish, it's white, it's beautiful, and you're able to join him for the wedding feast, there's no better feeling. You know what I mean? And you get the gift of eternal life. There's no better feeling. Yeah, life here, we know it's temporary. We know Jesus is returning one day. We just don't know what day or what hour, but why not be ready by serving him now? Like he basically gave us the blueprint. Why not? Like when you seek the kingdom first, all of his righteousness will be added onto you. So that's like one of the best things, the feelings in the world. We all can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Of course, the same way how our own self have a battle between spirit and flesh, you don't think there's a battle out there between Christ and the devil? Like the devil was banned from heaven because of what he wanted, because of his pride and what he wanted to accomplish. And God was like, nah, you can't be like me, or you can't be above me. Like what? And guess what? After he convinced 1/3 of the angels, right, to turn against God, look what happened to him and 1/3 of the angels who became fallen angels. We got to remember, the devil is like a roaring lion, just waiting to attack someone's mind. He's very crafty. Like he will say the right things to take you away from Christ. He will put the wrong things in your eyes to take you away from Christ. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that is a battle in itself. because that battle goes way farther than we may reach. You understand? Like we have our battle within ourselves, but with that battle, you got to think about how the world is right now. Like, you know, there's a lot of lawlessness happening in this world. You feel me? Like, even that, like, there's gonna be a time in this world where the Antichrist is gonna show himself. He could be growing up right now. He could be taking form in a woman's belly. You don't know. You understand what I'm saying? But there's gonna come a time for that, and he basically want to mimic everything God is doing, but he can't. So everything that he does is under God. It would never be just like God. You know? I just wanted to come to you guys with that message. I know we all facing different things. I know, because we're all normal. Like, some people face addictions. Some people face all different types of sin. I feel like we all just need to give it to Christ. Give all our sin to Christ, no matter what it is. Pray about it and just give it to Christ. Put everything that we're going through at Christ's feet, and I'm telling you, he will take it. He's willing to take it. That's why he want to rest all of everything that we go through on his shoulders, so we won't have to go through it, or we go through it with him. And he's always going to be there. Once we trust and have faith in Jesus Christ, that's all that matters. That is all that matters. Make sure you study your word as well. There's no better feeling than study your word. You understand? Because then now you basically giving Christ an opportunity to come into your heart, to come into your life, to make changes. He wants the best for all of us. You understand? There's no better feeling, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I'm on my way to work. A beautiful thing right now, you know, like, yeah, what I do, I build that relationship with Christ. You know, I make sure he's involved in everything. Like, I can catch a flat tire and I'll be like, damn, Lord, I got a flat tire. And, you know, but the greatest thing is that he saved me. If you think about it, people catch flats every day, but you don't know if they get saved. Like, what if they're speeding and they catch a flat? It could lead to an accident. But, you know, he saves. He's there to save us. And don't get me wrong, there's times where we do meddle in our own sin. Like, there's consequences. And, you know, like, the wages of sin can be death. Just because death does not take place and happen to us doesn't mean it won't. The fact that we are still alive in sin, we got to thank God every day for it. You know, because he's there. Like, he's our intercessor. He's really that narrow way, and you only can get to the Father through him, and it makes perfect sense. You know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful in itself. Like, we really need to hear that. Like, we really need to stand firm in Jesus Christ. You understand? There's times when we stand firm in different things. Like, not even our job should hold us to an emotional nature. Like, what? Like, we should not be stressing over the tangible things. We should be trying to build our relationship with Jesus Christ, wring out our sin, live in a world where we can spread the news to others, which can help them. Because there's a lot of people in this world right now who don't even know of Jesus Christ, who could be living in another religion, which is not the right religion. Like, but every knee and every tongue shall bow that Jesus Christ is Lord. You understand? But there is people out there in this world that needs to be reached. They themselves, they want to know of something or of someone that can take them out of their issues, their problems when the time is right. You know, Jesus left to prepare a place for us. It's for a reason. And, you know, Jesus is not going to lie, because if he's lying, then his words are void. You know, but if you think about it, like, all these other religions were created to come to combat the right religion, which is Christianity. I'm not here to pour out like, oh, you gotta be Christian, you gotta be Christian. No, it's a war that you choose for yourself, and it's a free choice. If you think about it, it's a free choice, and it's a free choice. Like, once you consider God and your faith is in him, you're saved. Now you just got to do the groundwork to transform. And, you know, that's where the Bible comes in. Like, you know, the Bible is a great manual for us it keeps us from sinning. We sin every day. You sin from your thoughts. You sin, like when you get upset at people and all this other stuff. That's sin. When you ask God for forgiveness, He forgives you. Like, He can forgive you daily, every minute, because He knows that remember, we was born in sin and shaped in iniquity. So He knows it's natural and normal for us to act the way we act. But we gotta remember, everybody is created in God's image. So when you out there and you see people and they act a certain way, just be like, you know what? Everything is gonna be all right, because they're God's children. They probably just don't know the light like how you know the light. Express to them what the light is. Express to them how the light changed your life. Like, express to them the things that you used to do in the past, and now you don't even do them no more. You don't feel the urge to do them. We all are going through things. Like I said, it's flesh versus spirit. Like, I love music. Like, it could be any type of genre of music. Like, I will listen to it at least once or twice. And there's times where it's like, I just want that to feed. I'll be like, oh, I want this type of music right now to listen to feed my spirit. But nah, it's feeding the flesh side of me. The right music to feed my spirit is gospel music. And let me tell you, ever since I started listening to gospel music, it's like I find like a great taste for it. Like, to wake up, to hear it in the morning, to wake up sometimes and listen to different sermons on YouTube. It's beautiful in itself, I'm telling you. Like, whoever's trying to get into the word or trying to get into some preachers, I definitely would say Philip Anthony Mitchell is definitely a preacher that you should start listening to if you get a chance to. Like, he really preaches Bible. I don't care what nobody say. He preaches straight from the word. And the word is supposed to hit you like in your flesh like a ton of bricks. And then it's like, damn, look how I've been living my life. And then from there, I'm telling you, God works within you. He doesn't work on your outside appearance. You want to work on your inside. That's what He was telling the Pharisees. He said the Pharisees, they more worried about the outside of the cup, but not the inside of the cup. They're more worried about how clean their robes are, their clothes is, but they're not worried about the inside, where everything matters, where they themselves have not changed from their ways. You know what I'm saying? They were more worried about their stature, their title, than the changing of their ways from the inside out. And that's where God works. Like, He works on our heart so we can transform. And once He gets to work on our heart, that's when He works on everything else around us. You understand what I'm saying? And then on top of that, we just have to be obedient in Jesus Christ. Like, once He leads, I'm telling you, everything happens for us. I'm learning that even to this day, and I've come to know Jesus since 2014. I'm still learning. Like, there's so much more to learn through Jesus Christ. There's so much more to learn in the Word through Jesus Christ, because when the time is right, He really opened your eyes to what you need. Like, it's like when you're new in Christ, it's like you're a baby again. So it's like you're crawling, and from crawling, you start to walk. Now you start to talk, and you start to build strength. That's how it is with the Word. You start like in a baby stage, and then you start building strength for the Word, where when you continuously read the Word, it rests on your heart now. Like, you can go out there in the world and think about things, and then the Word will come up right up on your heart and like, oh yeah, that's true, like such and such, So it's a beautiful sense. It's a beautiful, 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 beautiful sense in a way. And just to tell you that Jesus is returning, and we should all look forward to His return. I'm telling you, He's going to come back. He is coming back. Wherever He may land, whichever mount He may land, but He's coming back, and it's going to be beautiful. I just hope everyone that I'm speaking to is on that narrow way, or getting on that narrow way. You understand? Yes, our battles can be strong, but I'm telling you, it's time to live in the Spirit. Put the flesh to the side. Like, let's discipline our spirit to take lead in everything that we do. Come to God about everything that we do before we do it. If you know you're gonna make a big choice and a big move, speak to God about it. Fasting is a beautiful thing. Just fast for 3 days. I'm telling you, a lot of things will open up to you. A lot of stuff will open up to you. So let's do this, man. Let's do this. Let's continue walking with Christ and turning from our ways. and live in the spirit